we have discussed, loop can be of several types. In JavaScript, we have for loop, we have while. So if we talk about how the for loop looks like, we first specify with some variable. So we say that the variable I equals to 0, and then we say I should be less than any value, and then we do I plus plus, right? And within this whatever value we specify, it actually executes. This is really simple, right? Then the way we have for each loop in JavaScript, we call it for in loop, which means when we are this is more like a static way of iterating through from 0 to 10 and then increasing it with one iteration of the loop. But if we know that there is some object, an object may be in like a kind of an array or a JSON, we can iterate through it and we can print its value. So we will see one example. Now then we can have the while. So in some of the programming language we have while loop. So while is something like, here you pass the expression, you say I should be less than 10, and then within the logic you actually increase I with some value. As soon as it goes into the false statement and false evaluation, this loop is actually breaking, and then the condition for breaking occurs and this loop comes out of the control. So let's look some of the example for loop. All right, we can print something like this, BMW and on this logic. Now I want to give you one exercise, and this is one of my favorite. So how I want to create a pattern, I want to create a pattern of, did you guys attempted this earlier? Pyramid. I'm sure like if you guys studied C++, so this is one of the favorite for anyone. So in first line we will print 1 star, and second we will print 2, in third we will print 3, right? And this way we will go up to line 10. So this will be pyramid of star, right? This will be a pyramid of star. We will have 1 star incremental on each row, right? So this is something you need to print.
So this is the logic that we are going from 1 to, so I have defined n is equal to 10. We are going from 1 to 10, and we are taking n minus I spaces, and then for 2i minus 1 spaces, I am printing the stars, and then I am just adding a new line at the end of every string.
Right. So if you look at the program, what he has done, and just go through it. Yeah. So what he has done, actually he has taken up 2 loops, right?
Is the console visible?
Yeah, I can see this. Same way you could print it on the browser itself, but this is fine.
Yeah, so I'm actually having problem printing this on browser. So when I'm trying to print it on browser, it's not coming properly.
Okay, maybe that you can attempt it later, but overall the logic here This is working as a multi-dimension array. One is at the column, another one is at the row. So what he's doing, he's just printing, and I think it's not printing on the browser no this way, because from a space you need to, I think, use NBSP.
Oh,
Yeah, so just try with NBSP and see it on the browser wherever you are printing this space. So
so it's
amp
NBSP directly or
it is amp, this is and ampersand and NBSP and then semicolon. How it looks on the browser. No, so you need to print enter as well. So this should be your break line, so which is BR, not an BR. R, yes. Right, so I think you need to shift couple of spaces, but it looks like a pyramid, right? And the logic here is, first we need to calculate how much spaces is required to print first star. So that has to be padded on the left, and then after first is done, you need to take the BR, which is break line, and then you need to plan for second. So the pattern is like he did for 1 3 5 7. You could do it with 1 2 or something as well. So you need to control two things. One is number of spaces that is coming, and then number of stars printing on that particular row, right? If you logically think through it, your spaces will start reducing where your stars start increasing, right? So that is what he has done, and that's where you will see this J is relative to N in both the cases. But I think this was a good exercise and you guys have enjoyed it. If you have not done it yet, you can try attempting it later. This will give you good idea how the loops are working, and if you try a couple of examples like this, you will have pretty good understanding, I would say.